every time I see her, I just know she's got to be about 90 years old. And she just came back to revisit, and make sure we know about the OG. Yeah. Yeah. See what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's just an honor, a pleasure. It's so inspirational for me to be here, to look at what Topeka and V has done, to create a space, a place that women can land, break the chains, learn a new, a way of living and working and being in the world. And I heard you when you said this is the first of many, and I agree. It's the first of many, and and I'm so proud of the two of you, what you've done. As I text you, great events will come to pass, for you and countless others. And as we go about our community and our work and thinking about how we're interacting and living with and among each other, it has to be with the heart of making a better world, creating space for us to come in and have health, well-being, wealth, community. You just can't walk past each other and see us hurting and not do something. I didn't say something, I said do something. And what she's doing here is an act. What Topeka and B is doing here is an act of doing something. They've been there and they've done that. They know what it's like and how women suffer and need a place. And so what they are doing, they're not just saying something, they are concretely doing something. So I'm just so proud and happy. I came here last night and I checked the house out, and I was just really pleased about what it could what it's doing. So for those of you that don't know, I run a reentry project in Los Angeles. I recently published a book called Becoming Miss Burton. And I came out of prison. First I was trapped in prison for 20 years, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And then someone helped me. And when they helped me, I started a home. And in California, I have 5 homes. Over 1,000 women have made it through those homes. The children are there. We have a legal department, an organizing department, a leadership department, a policy department, a distribution center, and it started in a house like this. So. And I might have been about your age too, but it started right here. So I'm so glad to see all of you community come and wrap yourselves around Topeka and support this house. I know there was a little box going around, and what I want to tell you is every little bit helps. Every little bit helps, and we all can be a part of something bigger and greater than ourselves, and I think that's what we're here for. So I won't go on no more. I was like, do I get up here or what? And then they get up here and they just take the mic. And I think it's Topeka and V. I say Topeka because first I started working with Topeka and then I met V. And I'm so glad she has a partner. And you guys are a team working through this. So I don't mean to not acknowledge you. I'm still getting used to it. All right?
We love Miss Susan. We're just grateful that everyone came out today. And when I first met Topeka, we was in Danbury Federal Correctional Facility. And she came through, you remember, Cora, with this bright fuchsia lipstick.
Yes. Contraband.
Fuchsia wasn't on the commissary. So
I worked in commissary.
Paula was over commissary, you know. So I said, well, where did she get that from? As bright as that lipstick was as bright as her personality was. And we became sisters because I don't have a sister. She didn't have a sister, and we bonded immediately. And I thank God that if I had to do this project with anyone, that it would be Topeka. My first week at Danbury Correctional Facility, my sister-in-law sent me a card. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard the saying. It says that when life gives you lemons, you got to make lemonade.
Yeah.
And it was during, that's Socorro Verone. Socorro did time with us at Danbury. We love Socorro very, very much.
And I love you too.
Yes. So when I read the card about the lemonade, it was at that point in my life that I decided that I had the opportunity to do something. That I was going to take what life had given and change it into something else. And that something else is Hope House. And what me and Topeka decided was that we wanted women to come out and to be able to look at hopelessness and know that you have a community of sisters who are not just saying that you can do something, but that you can actually believe that there is hope after incarceration. And we want to be a safe haven here for our sisters to know that we know what it is. And that at Hope House, you can always start again. So we thank everyone. We're humbled by Reverend Moody, who we love immensely. We're humbled by Susan Burton for being our mentor. And I'm humbled by your friendship, Topeka. I love you. And every woman that comes in here, I'm going to know that we love you. And that we're not just saying that we love you, but through our actions, you're going to know that we love you, that we know what it is. And like Ms. Burton said, the box that's going around, I was a mother that had 3 children when I was incarcerated. My kids, raise your hand. They're in the room now.
With the camera.
My and my daughter.
Yeah, she on FaceTime.
My daughter's on FaceTime. She defied the odds because she determined that she wasn't going to be a statistic because her mother was incarcerated.
Amen.
So what that did was that made her work even harder. And she's on a full basketball scholarship at the university. So, like Miss Susan said, don't think that you have to do something on a grand scale. It's the little things that get you into those things. Because when you pour, and I'm speaking from a mother because I was a mother who was incarcerated. And when you pour into my life, you're pouring into my children's life. You're pouring into my family's life. When you give me a chance, you give my children a chance. And that's all we're asking for. We're not asking for any handouts. We're asking for a chance. So we just thank you. And remember, it's the little things that help us collectively to get to those big things. So we are humbled. We thank you for coming out and for being a part of Hope House. And like the sister said, Hope House Harlem and Queens is on the way.
Boston! How you gonna come after that, right?
After all that. So, this is a dream.
Sorry.
This is a dream come true.
Here, I was having a power surge.
I'm drinking my tea.
She's talking that real quick, right?
So, when I walked into Danbury with the bright pink lipstick, by the way, I got it from, so I'm not going to reveal my source. I'm never going to reveal my source.
Who does that?
I just came in and it was all good, right?
They got you. They saw you coming.
Where's the Tawana, matter of fact.
Oh, yeah. Let's give a shout out to
Yeah,
Tawana.
Tawana, other sister from Danbury, right? We just to give a little context about what Cora was saying about See Me Coming. So Tawana used to do manicures and pedicures, right? And I guess Tawana saw my bright lipstick and said, I'm gonna charge her $10 for a mani and pedi, right? When she charged everybody else $7. And I remember this piece on the side, with the grocery. And every week I made sure I bought, what was it, the crunchy cheese doodles. Because Tawana would come by and say, let me get some grocery. And she would take my cheese. But give it up for Tawana, because we love Tawana. She kept a smile inside.
Shh, be quiet, Goody on the pony.
Oh, so, hey, Goody. That's another sister from inside.
She's screaming. I'm telling you to be quiet. You scream.
Oh, okay. So, when I was in and I started my journey, and Reverend Moody, she came to visit me. My father went to her and found her, and it was an act of God, and she would come and visit me, whether I was in Danbury or whether I was in Greenville, Illinois, and mentor me. But when I was in Danbury, I told her I wanted to start a house because of all the things that I saw that was happening and listening to the women and the things that they said that they needed when they came home. And someone said, you need to find Vanee. She said she wants to do a house too, and she's going back to New York. So you need to do it together. And so I found Vanee, and like she said, we immediately clicked, and we said we were coming home. God gave us the name and Hope House, and we were walking around the track one day, and we were just praying and meditating, and then we got some dates. And Vanee got July, and I got October. And I said, Hope House is opening in October. And she was like, all right, Topeka, well, we'll see, you know. And so I was reaching out to, you know, because I had 130 months at that time. And she was like, well, how are we going to do that? You're not, you know, you still have time. So I remember reaching out to my friend Dorcia. Is Dorcia here yet? Dorcia is the woman who had interior styled this entire place.
Girl, you did that.
Dorcia, come up, Dorcia, and Carlene. And Mike. Mike had the interior style. All right, well, we'll get to Mike in a minute, right? Mike. So I called them and I said, you know, I wanted to do this house. And the house, we wanted it to be beautiful like a hotel. And it would look nice, feel like a home. And so Dorcia, we just talked about this the other day. She's like, okay, girl, I got you. She said she would get off the phone, let the girl ain't get out of jail. Because I had all of this time. And so Carlene, she would come visit me, and just another great friend. And, you know, she, also, I told her I want her because she's my stylist, always keeps me fly. So give it up for Carlene. Yeah. Just trying to show that you would take.
Great friends, a best friend. Let's get it right.
And feisty too. And feisty too. Yes, the best friend. And get the title right. That's right. And so God's blessings came, and I ended up getting my sentence cut, and I ended up going to the drug program, going to Greenville. Reverend Moody came to see me, and then the law passed, and I got another year cut, and then I got the year off for the drug program, and they told me I was going home in 2 weeks. And I ended up beating Vanee home, actually. Yeah, and so, you know, I came home and I started my journey. And I started, you know, Grandma told me to go and meet Andrea, and I met Andrea, and, you know, through the council, and I did all, and then Andrea told me to reach out to Susan Burton, and I did. And I said, Susan, this is last year in September. Susan, Andrea said that you have the blueprint to do houses, and I want to do a house, and so I need your help. And she was like, okay, and I said, we got to open in October, because God was saying October, right? This was last year. And she was like, okay, give me a call, you know. And so we talked, and then a few months later she called. She said, Topeka, you were on my spirit, and I want to help you. And so I was, you know, crying, and oh, thank you, God, and this was just this past summer. And so immediately I called Vanee. Vanee, we got to get to work, right? You know, we're going to start this house. And she's like, okay, I'm on board. And then her son started looking for some property for us, some real estate, and we started looking. And we thought we found, little plug.
You gotta put that meme out there. Instagram tag.
And we thought that we actually found our first place. And so we were on our way to the lease signing for the first place, and 30 minutes before we get there, it falls through. And the person is like, they want to do more things to the house, and you know. So I was like, okay, maybe God has something else. So then we go and we find another place in Harlem. But now this is a 5th floor walk up. And I'm like, who wants to walk up 5 flights of stairs to get, you know, to go home? Especially, I couldn't walk up there hardly, right? So then I was like, you know what, it's a start. Let's just get it done so we can get it started and we'll move on. And then I'm supposed to go bring the man a security deposit, and I was sick. When I say sick, I could not get out of bed. And I called the man, I'm like, look, just give me a few days, I'm really sick. And he's like, I'll do what I can to hold it, but I don't know. So I'm in bed and I'm still looking online and said, let me find something. And then I find this place, this side, because you saw the first side when you came in, this side. And so I came and saw the place, and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Like, it was completely renovated. I was like, okay, this is it. So the broker says, you know, I Googled you, and you're doing a lot of amazing work. Are you trying to do something for women coming home from prison? So I'm like, and I said, yeah. And he's like, well, let me talk to the owner and see what she thinks, and you know. And I said, okay. And he said, you know, I just watched something on TV. It was a woman from California who had did some houses in California, and I think she, you know, her son had passed away, and she was in and out of prison, and she has like 5 houses. I said, you talking about Susan Burton? He said, yes, that's her. I was like, all right, God, you know, I know this. So then he's like, all right, I'll get back to you. And I go downstairs, and then I noticed it was the other door, and I was like, what's going on? They're like, well, we're renovating this. And I was like, well, it'd be cool if we can get the whole place. And so Reverend Moody and I went and met with the owner, and we had a conversation. Everybody hit it off, and then lo and behold, we're here, right? So I share all that to say that we know this is in and of God. Right? And we know that, you know, when you walk into this space, you feel the love and you feel the energy, and you know that this is home. You know, and, you know, so many people, like, how many people are you going to have in the bedroom? You know, you should get bunk beds, and you should do that. No. You know, I still have a scar on my thigh from when I was trying to climb up on the top bunk, and I slipped and fell.
But you had that honey bun in your hair. Call it
What happens in prison stays in prison.
That's Vegas, baby. That's Vegas.
So yeah, right with a honey bun or two. What do we walk by ass? But I say all this to say that, you know, we are just so grateful. The energy in here is so good. It's community. You know, it's what women, it's what we all need. You know, we know that we've been as successful as we have in such a short period of time because we had family, and we had support, and we have all of you. And we want to be able to provide the same things for the sisters, and then so they can provide the same thing for the next sisters. And yeah, it's limited space for living, but we plan to have women coming in and out and just being family and community to each other. And what's so amazing about the network that we've been able to create over the last 2 years is that there are so many women connected who want to be a part of this, right? And so, you know, I don't want to, you know, exclude our brothers either. Right? Because our brothers have been of amazing help and supportive and trying to find ways, and this is a community effort, and we're working together, right? So that we can have something for each other. And so, you know, I just want to thank all of my family and my friends. You know, I want to thank, I don't know if Arlinda got here yet or Akina, but thank you. I want to thank my man, Kerwin, who's here.
Hey, Kerwin. I don't even know where you are, but hey.
He in the back. Who's, you know, who since I've been home has just been so supportive of me, and, you know, with all of my traveling and all of everything that I'm doing. I love you, and I thank you, and I thank God for you. And I'm just so grateful just for everyone. You know, Susan's not here, Rosenberg, but I know she's probably watching. Love you, Susan. Dawn, you're here. Dawn did the website. She's dope, and she's amazing. The website, hopehouse.nyc, is beautiful. Lois Aarons, who is just by everything, you know, my back. She stood downstairs for like hours. We had to give it up for low. But I didn't even see her when I walked in the door. But whenever I call her, whenever I need her, she's there. You know, and it's just showing that it's just such a community effort, right? And, you know, Trey, thank you for coming all the way from Boston. Monica Cooper, who's here from Baltimore. Bella, who's here from Chicago. I mean, people just came in today just for this. And this is what sisterhood is all about. So I'm just so grateful, and I'm humbled, and thank you, Tonya. I see you and I love you, and you know, these are the people I went to college with 20 years ago, you know? So it just, you know, when people see your journey and know where you've been and know where you are and where you're going. You know, it just gives you the strength to keep moving. And this is just, you know, I thought yesterday with the TED Talk was like the greatest day, but this is like even greater. And I'm just, every day, right, something greater, you know, but that's what God does for us. So I'm just grateful, and God bless you all, and continue to support, and